So this is pretty crazy. An email is going viral from where Mark Epstein is asking his brother Jeffrey Epstein if Putin has, quote, the photos of Donald Trump blowing Bubba. In the email, it does not state who Bubba was, but there's a lot of speculation that Bubba is Bill Clinton, given that's Bill Clinton's nickname. So I posted this email last night on social media after I found it, and I woke up this morning to it having over 4.5 million views now. I was pretty shocked, and I didn't realize it was going to gain that much traction. I have the email here. I did mention it previously yesterday. So let's get into it a little bit more. We're going to just dissect it, and we're going to go through what everybody's saying on social media and what the truth is behind the email, or what we know at least. Again, this was sent from Mark Epstein to his brother Jeffrey Epstein on March 21st, 2018. And the email starts off asking, Mark Epstein is asking his brother, "How are you doing? A while back, you told me you were pre-diabetic. Has anything changed since then?" And here is that zoomed in there for you guys. Let me go ahead. Jeffrey Epstein responds back and says, "All good. Bannon is with me." And then he responds back again, asking, "Ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba." This is coming from Mark Epstein to Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein then responds back to that saying, "And I thought I had Soros." That's a Yiddish word meaning I had a lot of problems, or I have problems going on. He's basically just joking here. And Mark responds back to that by saying, "You and your boy Donnie can make a remake of the movie Get Hard." So again, just kind of joking around. Jeffrey Epstein responds back, "You mean Donnie T," in all capital letters. Mark Epstein responds back again, and it's the end of the email, and he says, "I'd rather be in Donnie T's shoes." So the question is, one, are they just having, a joking banter, a play on words by saying, ask Putin if he has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba? That's an odd play on words for me objectively, but of course, at the end of the day, who's to say? Now, this is what I will say, because a lot of people think that when you're questioning this, I'm basically wondering whether or not Donald Trump is gay. For the record, I don't believe he is at all. Given his history with women, it just seems very, very unlikely. Could this just be a play on banter? Absolutely, definitely. I mean, it could just be some sort of inside joke they have. Who knows? On the other hand, do we know that Jeffrey Epstein has been trafficking women to this island to get blackmail? Absolutely, at this point. So is it much of a stretch to say that the Mossad or intelligence community that Jeffrey Epstein was working for would be willing to drug whoever's at the island, have them commit lewd acts while under the influence, and then take footage of that? It's one of those things where it just seems like, okay, given what we know and how much is coming out regarding the vile nature of Jeffrey Epstein and this entire situation, I really have nothing off the table at this point. That's just my honest opinion of the matter. However, Newsweek did actually reach out to Mark Epstein, so Jeffrey Epstein's brother, and they straight up asked him, "Who is Bubba?" in this email, and are you referring to Bill Clinton? Now, an email in the Jeffrey Epstein files that references U.S. President Donald Trump blowing Bubba has attracted scrutiny on social media. 20,000 pages were released yesterday on Wednesday. Now, Newsweek reached out to comment, and Mark Epstein did not provide any additional detail about the identity of Bubba or the meaning of the emails. However, he did say that Bubba is not including Bill Clinton. I read that somewhere here. Some of the documents mentioned, including one of Epstein's brothers, Mark, which references photo of Trump blowing Bubba. Bubba is a nickname of former President Bill Clinton, but Mark Epstein told Newsweek that individual was not Clinton. So Bubba was a very well-known name for Bill Clinton, well-known nickname for him. Now Newsweek is saying that now Mark Epstein is coming forward and saying, I didn't reference Bubba as Clinton, but he didn't deny the fact that they were referencing somebody. And honestly, now I'm going to start to get a little bit speculative. This is just, us having dialogue and being speculative. If the whole thing was a play on words and just banter, Mark Epstein could have just said it's banter. maybe, this was back in 2018. Why is there any reason he won't just say, oh, that was banter? Why does it even matter at this point? His brother's dead, first off. So it's not like there's anything incriminating against his dead brother. If he really wanted to, help Trump out, I don't know what Mark Epstein's views are on how close he is to the Trump administration. He could just say that was just ridiculous banter and just immediately, deny any sort of deeper conspiracy with these emails, but he didn't. I think that's pretty weird. That's odd. Somebody previously mentioned this and I showed it, is that in the email, you see the word the photos. Does ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba instead of just saying the word ask him if Putin has photos. By saying the word the photos, it implies that there actually were photos. Now, again, this is just us having speculation, but genuinely, like, I'm trying to think, okay, in what sense could this just be like funny banter as an inside joke between brothers? Maybe Bubba, if Bubba was not a person, why didn't Mark Epstein just come forward and say Bubba is not a person? Instead, Mark Epstein states that Bubba is not Clinton. So it's like, okay, Mark Epstein, you're saying Bubba is not Clinton, but you're not saying that Bubba is not a person. And you're not saying that Bubba is some sort of inside joke and this actually was not a real event. So what are you withholding now? Because people are going to begin to question, okay, well, is this an actual real event? And is Bubba somebody else's name if it's not Clinton? Or is this all just made up fairy tale and Mark Epstein is just trying to lead everybody on and ask more questions? Who's to say? Now, on social media, however, a lot of people, of course, have different opinions on the whole matter. So let's just go ahead and share my screen here. This is my original tweet that I posted, and it got 4.4 million views now, which I was like pretty shocked. And I literally just shared exactly what I saw. On social media, on X now, other people are saying many different things. Again, it says that Mark Epstein clarified that Bubba does not refer to Bill Clinton, but he doesn't refer to whether or not Bubba's even a real person, or he doesn't try to deny the fact that Bubba is a real person. So US media from all political corners are frantically trying to avoid this particular Epstein email, and it's showing the one that I shared. If Mark Epstein asked his brother Jeffrey Epstein whether Steve Bannon could confirm if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba, Jeffrey Epstein, I thought I had Soros, using the Yiddish term for troubles. That's what we previously spoke about. Please be true, please be true, please be true. That's just, trying to be humorous. Somebody quote tweets what I wrote and says, not the jobs report we were expecting. I did not wake up to this information. Somebody's just using like a funny video here. I think Bill Clinton's name was Bubba. Oh my God, this is wild. MAGA is not going to like this. And it goes on. And then somebody shared actually this photo here of Trump and Bill Clinton. Honestly, though, there's so much speculation about all of this. I just think that Mark Epstein could have easily cleared all of the speculation if the guy just went out publicly and said, this was all just, inside joke between me and my brother. It's weird. But then again, who's to trust an Epstein at all? Even if he did come forward and say anything, why should I have any sort of belief or credibility towards Mark Epstein? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not in the slightest bit. So it was Hubba Bubba. He was blowing bubble gum. Somebody's saying that here in the comments, which maybe he was blowing bubble gum. In which case, if that was truly the thing, then why would he care if Putin has photos of Trump blowing bubble gum? If he knows it's not him, then he knows who it is. That's a good way to put it. That's what I think too. If it was just inside banter, then he could have said it. Otherwise, does it actually reference somebody? So crazy things. Honestly, not the first thing I thought of when we saw these Epstein files. And again, this could all just be make up BS. But regardless, it's definitely gaining millions and millions of interactions on social media with it, and people are questioning. And this is what I'll say. Okay, this is the tip, the very, very tip. Not even the tip. It's like a speckle of dust on the iceberg of the Epstein saga. Because the truth of the matter is, everything we want to know about Epstein, everything that we do know already about Epstein, that the mainstream media is closing a blind eye to. They refuse to report on, of course, Epstein's links to Israeli intelligence. Not once yet have I heard CNN and Fox even try to inch towards mentioning a headline like that. They refuse, especially not Fox and the Rupert Murdoch empire. The truth of the matter is that's what the deeper story is here, and until that is addressed, then we're not even tiptoeing around the breadth of what's really going on with the Epstein files. Now, will it be addressed? Who's to say? I think that personally, we're seeing a huge rift in public discourse towards the United States and Israel relations. That's so obvious. Megyn Kelly said it previously, nobody under 30 likes Israel. I would definitely agree with that. Now, of course, this is a huge generalization, but the fact of the matter is Gen Z does not like Israel as a whole. That's very true. So we're going to start to see more public discourse, no matter how much Larry Ellison tries to buy TikTok, and his son David Ellison goes ahead and buys all the studios, CNN, Paramount. No matter how much they try to control the mainstream media, people are going to question things, and it's only going to actually incite more questioning and more criticism of U.S.-Israel relations. So somebody else just commented here, Epstein was bi when he asked what his relationship was with Trump. His reaction told me all I needed to know. And Bubba is Clinton, song MYZ believes. Personally, I think Mark Epstein saying he's not, I don't think the chances of Epstein and his brother referring to somebody named Bubba could be anybody other than Bill Clinton if Bubba was actually an individual. Okay, but Epstein's relationship with Bill Clinton is like this. That Epstein visited Bill Clinton's during his presidency 17 times within 2 years. 17 times. Okay, it's not a little bit. That's not a little bit. That's a lot of times. So this is sort of the relationship that they have together. Now you're telling me that with that sort of relationship, he's going to be referencing anybody else when they refer to Bubba, if that's Bill Clinton's nickname. They're going to be they somehow know that they're referring to two different people named Bubba. Give me a break. Genuinely, just stop with this. So whether or not it's true, who's to say, but we'll see how things unfold moving forward. If you found this video interesting, make sure to go ahead and click the subscribe button below. I'd really appreciate the support and give it a thumbs up as well. Otherwise,